Hi guys, Dark88 here, and as promised, here is my top 10 list of favourite Transformers episodes ever. Now keep in mind, this is my personal opinion on Transformer episodes, so if you would like to post one, then feel free to use the video response at the bottom of this, I think. And yeah, let's get this started because the last one cost 20 minutes and I don't want to go that far. Okay, number 10. Atlantis Arise. It's got good animation and the plot was pretty cool. It shows a power struggle between the Decepticons and their newly recruited allies, the Atlanteans. Yeah, it may seem like a silly plot, but in the end, it was a fun episode to have around. And I also like the whole villain versus villain stories much more than the good versus evil storylines, which they kind of overdid in the first season and continue to do throughout the rest of the series. Number 9, The Ultimate Doom. I'm kind of counting Countdown to Extinction as an extension of that, even though, well, epilogue, whatever. But in the end, it was a really well done plot for the Decepticons and Autobots. The Autobots had to learn how to adapt to a new strategy to combat the Decepticons, who were using the humans as guinea pigs for their new hypnochip experiment, which makes them completely under the Decepticons' control. And as a result, the Autobots had to infiltrate Cybertron, and while at the same time, Cybertron is within close proximity to Earth, which is causing all this havoc across the planet. So they have to learn how to combat these two major threats, while in turn saving Earth and Cybertron. Naturally, seeing that this is a kids' cartoon, the Autobots eventually win in the end. But it doesn't excuse. But still, it doesn't. It's not. But still, it's a great episode to watch, and it's pretty much the only season 1 episodes I'll watch. It's a rather well done and unique story, as I've mentioned. And the animation wasn't too shabby either. Number 8, Secret of Omega Supreme. With Omega, we finally realise how he is the way he is when it comes to his emotions, being unable to exhibit them. Mainly because being betrayed by the Constructicons, police ignored the huge Constructicon origin theory that they implanted there because it'll just get worse. And there's a little Aesop in there as well. Revenge isn't worth it. It won't bring back what you lost and all that, so it's better not to pursue it. I found it touching at the end where Omega had a tear in his eye when Optimus Prime was talking to him and he said possibility growing. It's sort of one of the more touching moments of Transformers. Okay, number 7, Desertion of the Dinobots Part 2. In this episode, it's a continuation of Part 1, which I didn't include because it's basically a bit predictable given the Dinobots' rebelliousness. The Desertion of the Dinobots Part 2 shows the Dinobots and the humans working together, well, humans as in Carly and Spike, to win the day against the Decepticons. In order to deliver Cybertonium to the alien Autobots who are paralyzed from the lack of Cybertonium, or MacGuffin. And the Decepticon Shockwave has to stop them, which he actually manages to capture the Dinobots, except for Swoop. And Swoop, Spike and Carly come to the rescue. We learn a bit more about Cybertron's history, and yeah, Swoop got some time to shine, and what's not to like about that? More Dinobots except for Grimlock need to be more developed. Come on. Number 6, The Revenge of Bruticus, is when the Combaticons take over Cybertron. Starscream and Shockwave, well, the Combaticons take over Cybertron, and they drag the Earth into the Sun, effectively destroying not Starscream, Megatron and Optimus Prime, and basically everyone who's on the planet Earth. As a result, the Autobots and Decepticons have to team up to stop the Combaticons before their forces are completely destroyed by the Sun. And Starscream and Shockwave have to help as well. Shockwave doesn't mind, but Starscream does, and at the end, Starscream's back to his usual sniveling self, which kind of sucks. But, status quo is God, so I guess there's nothing you can do about that. Stay tuned for part 2.